To sum up a fight with Valstrax in the most low-effort bit as possible, I would do it like this. Oh boy, I sure am enjoying my day. It'd be a right ol' shame if something completely unpreventable somewhat, affected my day and how it's... I honestly was, by complete coincidence, thinking to myself that I haven't been scared of a monster in Monster Hunter for a long time. I'm a 5th Fleet hunter in the sense that my first Monster Hunter game was World, aka the 5th generation, and that game for a beginner is absolutely terrifying, which was one of the reasons I fell in love with the game so easily. When I fought Great Jagras, being my first large monster in the series, which I know, sad, I took half an hour to beat him because this isn't a game one can just easily pick up and learn, and I knew I sucked. I mean, this was the first monster in the game and it took me 30 minutes. So you take someone completely not confident in their skills, put them up against some easy monster, and they'll have no problem. But when mid-fight a freaking T-Rex rocks up, and with an earth-rumbling roar, it scares the piss out of you. That hunter will always turn tail and book it, despite the fact that they stand a chance against their target, even with this encroaching miscreant. That feeling in this series is unfortunately temporary. When a hunter gets confident in their skills, they gain confidence in terms of, like, guts, and then Monster Hunter becomes a completely different game. And seeing that I got World when it came out, and it's been 4 years since then, I was thinking to myself as I was playing Rise just how long it's been since I was even close to that long-lost feeling. And since I said I'd make a video about Valstrax, I was preparing to fight the bastard as this train of thought drove through my mind, which led me to be quite pleased when I got into the arena with Top Gun here, and he kicked the shit out of me. I was thrown back to the camp after being treated like a GTA NPC, just thinking to myself, I have to do that again? I felt fear in Monster Hunter for the first time in years, not to the scale of my first time playing in World, because I mean, you can never re-experience that, but I was afraid against this dive bomber, and I mean, rightfully so. The locales of Monster Hunter have always impressed me. The big-ass tree, the shrine ruins rundown old temples, the coral highlands, the huge pyramid, the mass monster graveyard, where the figurative backbone that forms the landscape is the literal backbone of a huge snake from a previous game. This is such an impressive game in terms of level design and the arenas in which you fight the monsters, and this shooting star is no different. The surrounding mountains as far as the eye can see, the toppled buildings, the scarlet-colored river with a crimson beast resting in it. The place is incredible, and I'm happy to go there once and never ever again. The fight against this guy for me was slightly demoralizing to feel as hopeless as I did, but in hindsight, I was having a lot of fun being mortified at the sight of my health bar leaving me in 4 frames flat. You can just tell this guy was giving me a run for my money when I did what I did when I was scared of a monster in World. Join someone else's quest. Join someone else's quest. I mean, start a public lobby. I know I shouldn't have because the Monster Hunter community are all degens. I should know, I'm one of them, but I just couldn't see a timeline in which I won against this beast alone. I only knew just what I had done when I started the public quest only to have a god complex join, because yeah, that's Monster Hunter for ya. And I mean, I thought this would kind of be a good companion on my quest because, I mean, I called Rajang a god, and if this guy was as formidable as a Rajang, we'd pass the quest with flying colors. But I mean, if this guy's God, then German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche was right. God is dead. I've heard multiple people say that Rise as a whole, in comparison to other Monster Hunter games, is quite easy, and from what I've played of the series, I would have to agree, it does feel like this is the difficulty curve, like 40 hours in. I mean, I say curve, but it may be more a bit like a 90-degree kind of curve. Thinking back, I've never actually failed a quest in this game unless I was using severely underleveled armor, which is something that can be easily circumnavigated by playing the game correctly. I literally never lost due to a skill issue up until now, and that is both slightly impressive in the context of me and terrifying in the context of the monster. I'm somewhat eager to get back into the ring with this guy once again after becoming a victim of what is essentially just vehicular manslaughter as this guy goes 100 over the speed limit, because I'm not gonna lie, I only fought him twice. I lost both times, realized I had all the footage I needed, and then I went and did laundry. And I haven't played since, so I'm currently talking about an unfinished book, but I feel as if just talking about how terrifyingly fearsome this X-Wing is more than enough to satisfy myself with a job well done-ish. So, I think I'll leave it at this. Now that I've covered everything up until Rajang, I'm just gonna talk about monsters I have things to say about, and so, stay tuned because I'm considering, and this pains me to say, Deora. Have a good one.